knew all about it. My mom started me in commercials when I was 7, primarily to get money to go to college because she was determined I'd go to college, but she couldn't afford it. And I did very well because I was a pretty cute kid. And along the way, I did Brady Bunch once and Family Affair once. Well, I did a safety film called The Talking Car. One of those films they show you in elementary school about how to cross the street safely. And they used that as my audition reel, essentially. They had heard about me, the Partridge Family people, that is, and they asked to see that film. And then I interviewed. I was the only one. There wasn't a mass cattle call of kids. And they actually interviewed my mom as well, because since the mom has to be there as a guardian the whole time, they wanted to make sure she was compatible as well. And there you go. That's how it came about.
And you say you were beyond excited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was very, very excited. Yeah. I ran around the neighborhood screaming and all my friends. And, I don't know. I think they were pretty excited, too. But I think in the end, they were probably like, okay, enough. Calm down.
Have you got any recollections of your first day on the set?
Well, not the first day on the set, but the first photo shoot. There's a bunch of photographs. If you see a photograph with me wearing a blue striped shirt, well, it's blue primarily with white stripes. Mm-hmm. That was my personal shirt. And my mom always used that for my auditions, and she called it my lucky shirt because I usually got the part. And so that we did all kinds of different poses of this, that, and the other thing. And there was one where we have our faces sticking through a picture frame as if we're in the picture. And I was right underneath Susan Day, whose legs were literally spread out for my shoulders because I'm lying on the floor and she's standing above me. And that was kind of interesting. So I definitely remember that. And I remember everybody being really nice to me. I mean, they all knew each other, obviously. Yeah. And here I come in, the new guy, but they're all very nice and gracious to me. So.
I mean, people have probably mentioned this to you before, but when you came into the series, no one really noticed that Chris had changed.
Yeah, I find that very strange, but I guess that shows you what a minor character Chris Partridge was, that they didn't even notice that, his hair had changed. Maybe they just figured it was Hollywood. It's a California state law that children doing show business have to do 3 hours. I think it was 3. Oh my God, it's 50 years ago. So 3 hours of schooling a day. And we had a tutor on set who would do that. And then during the summer, we didn't have to do school, obviously. So trying to keep us entertained when we're not filming could be interesting. Okay, so when I first got on the show, I was very excited, as I've said. And after a year or so, when I could not go anywhere, restaurant, store, whatever, without being pointed at and stared at and, people whispering and, it did get old after a while for that. But the actual work and being on the set and all that was great.
Did you become like an extended family?
Somewhat. I mean, I think people assume that we're together even when we're off the set, that over the weekends we're, partying together or whatever, but, playing together in the case of little kids. But no, pretty much when the week was over, we're back to doing our own thing and then back on Monday. So, but in the sense that, we're an extended family, yeah, there were spats now and then or disagreements and just like any family would have, but we also shared obviously a lot of good times as well.
What are your fondest memories?
There's a whole lot. I mean, the people I worked with, and I don't just mean the actors, I mean, the lighting guy and the camera guy and the grip guy, those were, I think they purposely hired crew that were good with children. All of us kids, we could probably be a little bit of brats, but the crew was very patient with us. So the memories of the people were good. But also the places that we traveled. I mean, we got to go to Kings Island Amusement Park, and we got to go to Marineland, and we got to do the cruise ship. I mean, those are really fun times then. That was getting away from the studio. One of the things they learned the first year with Jeremy, who didn't have any drum lessons, is that the kid behind the drums has got to at least look like he knows what he's doing. So one of the first things they did after I got the show was they gave me a set of drums to practice at home. And I started working with the teacher to learn some of the basics about drumming. And then he and I, for every song, would sit down together with the record and basically go over what it was going to be. And then during this filming, he'd stand on a big ladder and air drum what I was supposed to be doing. So if I look like I'm looking off camera, staring into space, that's why. So they would give us the record for that, songs. And usually it wasn't just one record, one song on one record. It was a series of songs. And they'd say, okay, this week we're doing, I Could Feel Your Heartbeat or whatever. And then we'd go over it and spend some time learning it beforehand.
Did you actually enjoy drumming?
Yeah, I did. It was funny. We did a commercial for Rice Krispies, one of our sponsors. Chuck, my drum teacher, wasn't there for that. So I thought, oh boy, here we go. The test now. Can I actually do this? And I did this little drum thing, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I actually can do this.
Your drumming certainly got better as the series went on.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because in the beginning, you would hear the drum go, do, 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 and then you'd see me, behind, I'm like, I knew it was there. I just didn't know when. Mm-hmm. And then there was a time where maybe I got ahead of what I was supposed to